preseason top 25 showdown that could be crucial to the postseason picture. It's the SMU Mustangs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mustangs offense going to get the chance to start this game off. Headed out now is Kendrick Raphael. Here's a guy that can really deliver tough yards on the ground for this offense. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level. They can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns them. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, number one job for this defense, man, try to make him play in the phone booth, right? Like, don't let him get out in space and get matchups like on a linebacker. Not a good matchup from you. You will lose that.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Out wide right, it's Smith. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. Got it behind the line. It's Hale. At the 35, he's got room. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Still looking. He'll pull it down and run. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, and keep this drive rolling.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the trying to rumble in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Looking for room. It's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Still on his feet at the 45. All out of space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And it's been a rough start for this defense. They've given up too many yards, a third down right there, but a good chance to bow your neck now, to make a statement. First and goal, we got to be physical, got to stop the run game, get a chance to make a stop on this first possession and force a field goal.
Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it could go any direction. Those are the type plays, man. The catch is there to be made. The offense could make it, but the physicality of the defense in the end zone to prevent that big touchdown.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. They go play action with Russell. Moving to his left. Touchdown tie! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And that's the hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking a field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
They'll try the right side. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down and cool him off.
Quick completion on the out. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On play action. He'll heave it deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Really nice time to go RPO there by the offense. Third and short, you might run the football. You got to fake that, certainly, and it freezes the defense just a split second enough for the QB to spit that thing out to the perimeter to make the catch and get the first down.
The Mustangs can really attack on this second and short.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but it gets...
Makes the grab in their space. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone. It'll be first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That is no good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Cuts it upfield. It's Hill. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keelan Russell. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Russell on play action. Flush to the left. Going to try to get it himself. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. Changing the routes with his receivers. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Rolls right. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. The give. He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They go play action with Russell. Rush right in his face. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Russell. Turns it upfield. At the 20, he's got space. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. And the Mustangs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They're going to run it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Look out! He's sacked. This defense all over him. The Mustangs decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Can they catch him? The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes that Alabama offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive there.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
2nd and long here. Throwing Russell. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Gets it to the back. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Turning it on! Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Back to pass, it's Jennings. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Setting up the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Mustangs will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tony.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Out wide left, it's Edwards. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. And now on second down for this offense. Follows his blocks, it's Hill. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Right side, it's Rodgers. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And I love the quarterback's accuracy here. Hit him in stride, man. Hit him where he can catch the football and continue to run and do more damage after the catch like he did right there.
That's caught. It's Edwards. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Russell on play action. Got out of trouble and throws. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Making the adjustment on the play. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. The Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. SMU spends his second timeout here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Left side, it's Edwards. Touchdown, Bama! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop. So keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Looking for a man, it's Jennings. He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Now the Mustangs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. The sure hands, it's Singleton. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
When on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to...
He uncorks one deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. This will likely be the last play of the half. Rides to the back. There's some daylight. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We start with Arizona taking on the number 14 team, the Kansas State Wildcats. And now over to your game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with the Tide head coach running back onto the field. He warned us in the beginning that the line of scrimmage would determine this game, and his offensive line is in control. Their star running back was expected to be good in this game, and he has been. Already over 100 yards rushing in the first half. This defense will have to make some adjustments in the third quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keelan Russell. Catch in the middle, it's Rodgers. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Out wide right, it's Ford. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. They'll need a bunch on second down. They go play action with Russell. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Makes the grab. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking for room, it's Hill. Brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Out wide left, it's Jenkins. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride him again. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Wide receiver comes in motion. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. And they've inched closer and closer, and still 2 yards to go for the touchdown here on third down. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Why not double the try total and go for 2? Power ahead.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Hale. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. They send the tight end in motion. Leaves it in his belly. Stopped right there. The Mustangs headed quickly to the line. Give to the running back. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's fourth down. And the Mustangs will send out the punt unit. On the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Keep it on the ground. A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And that's a really good throw by this QB, man. Seeing the crossing routes, putting it on his chest so he can keep running across the field, get those yards after the catch. Nice job being on the same page with QB and receiver.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. A chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Hits inside, it's Hill. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Quarterback changing the play. Russell on play action. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Fourth down, Russell. Unloads to the right. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Complete to start this drive. Breaks into the open. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The Mustangs want to crank the tempo.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
To the air, it's Jennings. Got his man on the right. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Fires to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Here comes the heat. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. They finally catch him. Get the big sack on 4th down.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wide receiver. Right back to the well. Can't get him to the ground. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Burrowing for yardage. Oh, he's got some space. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it. It's Key. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for space. It's Keith. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the...
Field goal units not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Right down the middle. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. We all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. All these plays still matter.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. Making his first move. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They go play action with Russell. Looking down the middle. Right side, it's Rodgers. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They're wanting to pile up some extra points. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit